This conference will now be recorded.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for our next installment in our BYF Ambassador Series, My Journey to Construction. We're with Casey today. I'm going to let him start us off and tell us who he is and what he does.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Casey Flood. I am an assistant project manager for Hagerman Construction. We're a general contractor we're based out of Fishers and Fort Wayne, and we also have an office in Louisville.
Great, Casey. We're excited to have you with us today. Will you start off and tell us a little bit about why you decided to get into construction?
Yeah, they say that once you do a little bit of construction, you either love it and it's in your blood for life, or you hate it and you never do it again. For me, I started building pole barns and doing remodel work with a local builder when I was in high school, as soon as I could drive, basically, and kind of fell in love with it. And it's been a wild ride since then.
Awesome. What would you say is your favorite part about your day-to-day job?
Uh, well, there's lots of really cool and interesting things. I would say that my most favorite part of my job is the interactions with the different people. Is always a lot of fun. You meet just a wide variety of people with different skill sets and different trades, and then also the opportunity to really change the skyline of Indianapolis and make a difference in communities with building hospitals or schools, or even things like, we've done steel mills and just every structure that we complete and that we build or we remodel or whatever it is, it has an impact, and that's what I really like, knowing that my time spent is well spent on bettering communities.
That sounds really awesome. I think it'd be neat to be able to go look at a skyline and know that you had the ability to impact what's there and change the face of what that looks like for a community.
Absolutely, yeah.
You said that you got it in your blood earlier and you knew you liked it. Tell us a little bit more about getting your start. Was the pole barn job your first one, or what was your first job ever? And tell us a little bit about your journey.
My first job ever was mowing lawns, actually, and doing some landscaping. So I did that for I don't know, just like it was a summer job. And then had an opportunity to go and work building these pole barns with a local guy, and that that was it was a really good experience, but um, it was difficult too. The work was hard and it was hot, and we had certain challenges just being a smaller outfit. But but that's where it all got started for me. Swinging a hammer and learning to read a tape measure and use that skill saw, and just some of those really basic carpenter and construction skills. That was the baseline for me.
You said during high school that you did some of the lawn mowing in addition to the barn building. What were you like in high school? What was your high school experience like? What did you do? What activities were you involved in?
Hmm. Yeah, so I definitely played sports, baseball and tennis in high school. Um, I I liked sports, but it wasn't my life for sure. Um, just it was something that I enjoyed doing. Generally, a fairly good student, and uh, one thing my high school didn't have is it didn't have a shop class or anything like that. So we were a farming community, so there was lots of options for work in that way. But as far as actually uh, doing like a shop class in high school, it just wasn't there. So yeah, sports and just keeping up with my grades. That was basically my high school experience.
So if you didn't get any certifications or credentials in high school yourself, what did you, as you got started, what did you do to get certified or to start to get training in the construction industry?
Um, well, high school specifically, it was all experience for me. So there wasn't any certifications or anything in high school that I received. It was all just, hands-on training, which I will say is absolutely invaluable. Having those skills and being able to have an understanding of how a building goes together in general, from the foundation to the walls to the roof, um, that's that's critical. So I would encourage if you have an opportunity, even if it's like a Habitat for Humanity type thing, it's just a weekend. Like just go get your hands dirty, see how things go together. It's that experience. You really can't replace it with any in classroom setting, in my opinion. But then of course moving on. Out of high school, and maybe we'll get to this, but out of as soon as I graduated high school, I went into the carpenter's apprenticeship, actually the Union Carpenter's Apprenticeship Program, and that's where all those official certifications started coming into play.
Great. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that apprenticeship. Will you talk about kind of what that looked like and what was the process and how long was it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the apprenticeship was um, it was a 4-year apprenticeship. Basically, I heard about it while I was a senior in high school. Just like, hey, here's this opportunity to basically earn money while getting your schooling. And I really liked the sound of that. I knew that college was tremendously expensive, and I wanted to avoid that debt at all costs. I didn't want to be strapped with that, and I also didn't have a real good idea of what I wanted to do anyway. So it was sort of like either go to college as an undecided major, or go and learn a trade and be paid uh, to learn skills and also get a degree. So anyway, I went and applied at the carpenter's apprenticeship. I already knew I liked construction. It was kind of a natural progression. They accepted me after a very brief and short interview. Um, it was 4 years of hands-on, actually on the job, building these fairly significant commercial projects as a carpenter. And then I believe it was 1 week every quarter. So 4 weeks out of the year, I was actually in a classroom setting, either doing book work, or we had a very large shop area where you would gain skills like, wall framing, even like driving aerial lifts or fork trucks, forming concrete, roof systems. Really, it was a wide variety of training, and that's how I gained those certificates, those official certificates of completion. And then just a side note too, the carpenter's apprenticeship also offers a partnership with Ivy Tech. So every class I took in the carpenters was accredited through Ivy Tech. So upon graduation, I had an associate's degree through that partnership of the Carpenters Apprenticeship Program and Ivy Tech. It was a phenomenal opportunity, and it was really a catalyst for my career overall.
It sounds like there was a lot in the apprenticeship that taught you how to do the job. What would you say are some of the other skills that are important for the job that you do on a day-to-day basis, whether that be soft skills or just other things that you use regularly that maybe you learned in high school or other places?
Yeah, sure. The one major factor of being an assistant project manager, whatever your role is in a management position, you um, is that you have to communicate with various trades and different members of different companies and everything. So just being able to communicate um, and in a way that's effective is really, really critical. So I was able, that would be one soft skill that not only did I learn in high school, but mainly in that apprenticeship time, just you're on a job and there's trades, all around you. You got electricians and plumbers and HVAC guys, and my work affects their work and their work affects my work, and there's this coordination and communication that has to take place. And the more effectively that you can do that, the smoother and more successful your project's going to be.
Awesome. As you think about the audience that we're talking to today, some high school students, probably in a construction class, have started to get exposed to the industry. What would you say to them as to a reason they should continue this pursuit? Why should someone continue to think about this industry for them?
This industry has proven itself to be, I don't want to say endless, but there's so much opportunity. I mean, you can start off like I did. My first 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a couple months, I was literally like sweeping the floor of a project. I was 19 years old sweeping the floor, and then I became a journeyman carpenter. And then I worked my way into an office role as a project engineer, and now an assistant project manager. And there are so many opportunities here in the construction industry. Has proven itself to be an industry that you can raise a family on, that you can make a good living, that you can continue to learn. Technology has changed it tremendously. There's just so many aspects of the industry that you can even specialize in and become an expert in. Just would definitely say stay the course in this industry. Continue to pursue training and certificates and hands-on experience. Take every opportunity. If there's an opportunity for any kind of training, whether you're interested or not, and it can be documented that you did it. I mean, even like CPR, first aid, aerial lift, fork truck, anything that's offered to you, do it. It is something that will set you apart from your other classmates, from other people in the industry. And yes, stay the course. It'll be a wild ride, but it's fantastic.
Awesome, Casey. Well, we're wrapping up our time together today. I'll give you one last chance. Is there anything else that you'd want to share to the audience, to the high school students about the industry or about your journey? Just kind of last parting words.
Yes. I would say, first of all, enjoy your time in high school. It seems crazy and really difficult, but it's probably some of the easiest years of your life. So enjoy that for sure, and begin planning and thinking about what your future looks like. What do you want your future to look like? And for me, in that planning process, I really thought about whether college was the right option for me right out of high school. And to be honest with you, I'm really thankful that I did not go right into college. It would have been honestly a waste of money for me. I'm really thankful I took the time to get into the trades, to get into the construction industry. And then from there, I actually did end up going back to school, but I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had a focus and a goal, and achieved that. So take the time to plan, really think about it, and I would really strongly encourage you to pursue a career in the construction industry, whatever that may look like.
Awesome, Casey. Well, thanks so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. Thanks everybody else for tuning in for one more installment in my journey to construction. We hope you all have a great day. Thanks for spending your time with us.